Hey everyone, so these examples are on fractions finding the original. So you are given a fractional part and you need to find the original number, or where a number has been increased or decreased by a fraction and you have to find the original number. So example 1 tells us that 1/8 of a number is 30. What is the number? And I'm going to draw what eighths look like. So here I have one whole and it's divided into 8. Okay, there are 8 parts. So each of these little squares is 1/8. And we have been told that 1/8 is 30. So if one of these little squares is 30, then I can find the original number by doing 30 multiplied by 8, because if each little square is 30 and I have 8 squares, then the original number would be 8 times 30, and this would be 240. So our answer here is 240. In this next example, example 2, we're told that 3/8 of a number is 30. What is the number? So I'm going to draw eighths again. So here is my one whole split into 8 parts. So each of these little squares are eighths. And 3/8 of the number is 30. So that means 3 of these little squares are 30. Now, in the example above, we were told what 1 square was equal to. But in this example, to find 1 square, I have to do 30 divided by 3. So that means that each little square is 10. So what is the number? Well, the whole number is going to be 10 multiplied by 8, which is 80. So in the first example, we were told what 1/8 was, and to find the whole number, we just had to do whatever the eighth was multiplied by 8. And in this example, we were told what 3/8 were. So to find the whole amount, I had to first divide by 3 and then multiply by 8. In the next example, example 3, we're told a number is increased by 1/8 to 63. What is the number? So I'm dealing with eighths again. So I'm going to draw what eighths look like. So eighths look like that. One whole split into 8 parts. And the number, so this is my number, this bar represents my number. It's increased by 1/8. So 1/8 has been added on. And we now have 63. So that means this whole bar here is 63. And we want to find the original number. We want to find what the original number was, which is just this, without the extra 1/8 added on. So, to find one little square, I have to do 63 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 63 divided by 9 is 7. So that means that each little square is worth 7. Now to find my number, my original number before this 1/8 was added onto it, I need to do 7 multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 7 multiplied by 8, which is 56. So that was the original number. and when they increased it by 1/8, they got 63. In example 4, we've got a number being decreased by 1/8 to 63. What is the number? So I'm dealing with eighths. So I'm looking at my denominator, I'm dealing with eighths. So I'm going to draw that. And I want to find this number. But all I've been told is that it's been decreased by 1/8 to give 63. So one of these eighths has actually been taken off. And then we have 63 left. So to find my number, I want to know what each little square is. So I can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares. 7 squares are equal to 63. So to find one little square, I'm going to do 63 divided by 7, which is 9. So I have just found out that each little square is worth 9. Even the one that they chopped off. To get the original number, which is all 8 of them, I need to do 9 multiplied by 8. Because we have 8 little squares. And that is 72. And we can make sure this makes sense in our head. So we've got a number decreased by 1/8 to get 63. So 72 decreased by 1/8 to get 63. That makes sense. It's gone lower, hasn't it? Example 5. We have a number is increased by 3/8 to 55. What is the number? So we are dealing with eighths again. And this number, this is the number we want to find in the end. It's been increased by 3/8. So 3 parts, 3/8 have been added on. And we've ended up with 55. So to find my number, I need to know what one little square is worth. And to get one little square, I can do 55 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 55 divided by 11 is 5. So that means that each little square in the bar model is worth 5. And what is the number? Well, the original number before the 3/8 were added on is going to be 5 multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is 40. So this number 40 was increased by 3/8 to get 55. That does make sense. Example 6. Our last example. We've got a number is decreased by 3/8 to get 55. What is the number? So we are dealing with eighths again. And I can draw eighths by just using 8 squares. And this number was decreased by 3/8 to get 55. So 3 of these eighths were kind of chopped off this number. And we got 55. And we want to find what this original number was. So I need to know what one little square is worth. So I can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares are worth 55. So one little square is 55 divided by 5, which is 11. So each little square is worth 11. Even the ones that were chopped off. Then to get what the original number was, we do 11 multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which is 88. So our original number was 88. And when it was decreased by 3/8, they got 55, which makes sense.